If you want living proof that division exists within this country, look no further than the high school cafeteria. Folks often talk about how we're separated by our politics, race, gender, sexuality, economics, education, and class. But that merely scratches the surface of what you'd find in a cafeteria. You've got populars, jocks, floaters, good-ats, normals, stoners, emos, anime, fine arts kids, brains, wannabes, loners, and other ethnic groups. This just names a few. Everyone has a table. They've all got a place, even if that place is no place at all. And why does this happen? Why do kids feel so compelled to divide themselves like this? Well, that's easy. They sit where they're comfortable. They gravitate to people who look like them, talk like them, and act like them. That's where they feel safe. That's where they belong. And while I'd love to tell you that it gets better as we get older, we still do the same things. We share our proverbial tables of life with people like us. We work with them, we live with them, we go to church with them, we hang out with them. And the system works well as long as everyone stays at their own table. But what happens when someone decides to venture over to the other side of society's cafeteria? What do we do when someone who doesn't look like us, act like us, or talk like us shows up and wants to take a seat next to ours? All of a sudden, things aren't as comfortable. They don't feel as safe. So how are we supposed to handle situations like that? Well, here in the church, our immediate go-to answer is we accept them. We allow them to join us at our table. We look past our differences and we celebrate our similarities. Over time, we enjoy the diversity at our table. Heck, we may even feel proud of it. But recently I was writing something on accepting others, and I needed another word for accept, so I did what people do. I checked out the thesaurus. And I gotta tell you, I was a little shocked at what I found. Here are some synonyms for accept: receive, take, admit, say yes. But then it also says acknowledge, endure, and tolerate. This got me thinking, when we say we should accept others, are we actually saying yes to them? Or are we merely tolerating their presence? Are we saying you're one of us, or it's our table and we're allowing you to sit here? Don't get me wrong, it's important to accept other people. Acknowledging our differences and being okay with them is the fact that everyone doesn't have to be like me. It's at the heart of loving our neighbor. But I don't think acceptance is enough. I think God wants us to go a step further. I believe we aren't just called to accept, we're called to include. Those other people don't just get a seat at the table, they get a voice in the conversation. They get a say in our decisions. They get an invitation to the parties. They even get to help plan them. It's like Matthew, the disciple. Now, Matthew was a tax collector, which meant he was an outsider. He sold his own people out to the Romans. He basically turned his back on God for a cheap buck. Folks would not have seen him as a good guy. I mean, he certainly wasn't the type of person who belonged at the Messiah's table. Yet, despite his sinfulness, Jesus accepted him. But he didn't stop there. He called Matthew to be a disciple. Jesus included him. Friend, accepting others looks past our differences. Including others celebrates them. Accepting others opens our eyes. Including others opens our hearts. Accepting others gives them a place at our table. Including others gives them a place in our lives. I'm Pastor Stephen Mims, and that's your word for Wednesday. May God bless you.